It looks a charm, right? I know what you're thinking. Speaking of acting, good gracious, man.
What?
Tell us where you been.
Recently I did a episode of Empire. You guys watch that? Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll be on this coming Wednesday. I can't give you the plot because I signed a non-disclosure agreement. But I'll give you a quick story. You guys know Lucius.
Yeah.
I'm in a scene with him, and when the director said break, there's these very lovely women, tall, long-legged, gorgeous women. He came over to them and starts rapping to them. Let me tell you, Lucius' rap was so sweet, he almost had me taking my drawers off. I said, yeah, I can. So anyway, a quick story, and Roland can finish this. I was on another episode of TV One's For My Man. Anybody watch that?
Yeah.
How they had these reenactments of real crime. So I was the lead detective on one episode, and I invited Roland to come to my house. Tell him that, Roland. Go ahead.
So I'm sitting there, I'm eating pizza and drinking some spirits, and I'm watching this big screen, and this guy comes in and he says, "Hey man, I got you some pizza." I said, "Great." And I looked at him, I said, "Okay." And then about 5 minutes into the movie, the same dude that handed me pizza started stabbing everybody in the show. So I'm sitting next to Ron and I'm like, "Ron, that dude look familiar." He's like, "Yeah." And then when he stabbed the woman with the baby,
Yes.
the baby was in her.
He took the baby out, man. Took the baby.
I said, "Slim, you just brought me pizza." He said, "Can I get no slice?" Nah, dude, I'm And needless to say, that was the last time I went to that dude's house. He had a mass murderer with a complex sitting right behind him. Eating pizza and murdering people, man.
That's fun.
All right,
Okay, one more quick thing. There's a new show right now. It's on ID channel. It's called Evil Stepmothers. It comes on the 25th. It's a Thursday night at 10 o'clock. I will be the lead detective, so you watch me bust a perp. So mark that. The 25th, Thursday night on ID channel. You know what ID channel is? It's a show called Evil Stepmothers. I also do stand-up. Can I give 1 minute of jokes?
He's going to give you 60 seconds of his version of
1 minute jokes. Here's the deal. Being a stand-up comedian in Washington, D.C. is a really tough business. Sometimes I have to stand on a street corner and beg for money. Now I can make a whole lot of money doing this because I have a very unique approach to begging. Okay, some of you may call my begging armed robbery. That's right. When I approach white folks, they immediately start freaking out just because I'm a black guy and I'm wearing a ski mask. Yeah, just like the actor Samuel L. Jackson, I want to know what's in your wallet. Really, I want to know what's in your wallet. Right now, if someone has a condom in their wallet right now, then next drake's on me. Condom in your wallet? Let me correct that. An unused condom. Because I said that one night, right? This old woman stood up and threw a used condom on the stage. I was like, "Mom!"
So that's the way it went. Coach Tanya, that's the way it went.
That's what I missed out on.
And then some.
And then some.
And then some.
And then some, baby.
So y'all cut up without me? You can't hear me.
Oh,
on my
okay.
mic.
You can't hear you
Is
on
my
your
mic
mic?
on, sir?
Can you hear you now?
Can you hear me
My mic's
now?
on, I
Can you hear me
think.
now?
Can you hear you now?
Yes, I can hear me now.
Question is, can you hear you now?
Yes, I can hear me
Because I
now.
can hear you. I can hear you when you're in Waldorf.
Oh, okay.
I listen out for you,
You
baby.
listen out for me?
Listen out for
Okay.
you. Hey, folks, welcome to the Rolling Grimes Show. Rolling Bubba Grimes. Yo, Chocolate Troc. Hold on.
Hello.
Go, baby, go.
Your chocolate troglodyte on a Monday night.
There it is. And she said it with the head
got a
moving.
little attitude
She put a
today.
little Cuyahoga County in there. All right, so Frank, man, for
Yes,
those
sir.
who don't know, I am a different dude today.
You walking on cloud now.
Slim, Frankie.
Yes,
Frank,
sir.
Frank, I'm trying to get you in the camera. There you
There you
go.
go.
Ah, boom.
Yeah, man. So I finally had a chance to come out my sheet, baby.
You know you did.
And I got a chance to show folks live and in person the width and breadth and funk. So needless to say, I'm feeling. I feel like we just got over a hump,
Yes, sir, we did.
you know. And for those who don't know, this past Saturday, live
Without me.
I'm sorry, what I do?
Sorry, without me.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Okay. You know I have that punchline coming, so you just wait. So we did the rolling, and it was very difficult to do it, knowing that Coach Tanya at the last minute wasn't going to be there.
True that.
Because of a tragedy she actually experienced, and she's more than welcome to discuss it if she like, but I'm going to put that in her hands.
Okay.
But by the time it occurred, it was too late for me to pivot out of it.
Right.
I had already made the commitment it was going to happen. So this past Saturday, May 13th, we were at the Black Box Theater, which is the Indian Head Theater for the Arts. And it was the inaugural show of the Roland Grimes show on stage, live on stage.
Yay.
And it was a situation. And then some. Frank.
Yes, sir.
In that situation, we had a chance to unload the bombs on people.
Yes, we did.
So we brought in Greg Boyer and Peloton.
Yes, sir.
We brought in the head football coach at Howard University.
Yes.
We brought in several eLife media personnel. That's about right?
That's about right.
And we
Had a very lively discussion, very entertaining and very informative.
yes. And Coach Tanya, all I can say at this point is if everything, everything never goes the way you expected, but we're off to a good start. So what happens now is I'm getting to the rhythm again of doing the Roland Grimes brand. One thing about the engineering, I'm doing so much of it that I kind of lost,
Lost who you are.
Don't let me look at Tanya.
Why you not looking on me?
I'm not looking. I got to turn my back to Tanya when I said it. So I kind of lost my mojo a little bit there, Frank. I hadn't been swerving much lately, so I wasn't sure I still had it in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
you got your swerve back on.
I don't know if I got it back on, but I damn sure put at least the left leg out there. In it.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Just a
saying?
little bit, just a little
yeah,
bit.
and pointed my toe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a good feeling. But look, folks, we're gonna talk about it. But you know what's even better than talk about it?
What?
Let's show it.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty,
Let's do
yeah,
that.
so-
All right.
See what I missed.
So we're going to take a quick station break, and I'm gonna cue some things up, and then we're gonna get this party started. You folks sit tight, listen to my main man, LaRon Young, and we'll be back in a few seconds.
Show me how to do it. I want to know, can you teach me? Can you teach me how to hand dance? Can you show me how to do it? I want to know how to hand dance. Show me how to do it. I want to know how to hand dance. Show me how to do it. I like the way you move. I like the way you groove. I like the way you groove. I like the way you spin. I like the way you spin. You turn around and you do it again. I wanna know, can you teach me? Can you teach me how to hand dance? I wanna know how to do it.
Go ahead on, man. See, you ain't right. You ain't right. See, you ain't.
I wanna give it a try. I like the way you move. I like the way you move. I like the way you move. I like the way you hand dance. Show me how to do it. It's about time for me to get on the floor and stop being so lazy. Teach me how to do it. I like the way you move. turn around, do it again. I get it again, do it again. Can you believe it? Do it again and again. I think I almost got it. I wanna know. Get it. All over the world, everybody talking about it. I got to know how to do it. I got to know how to do it. Can you teach me? Can you teach me? Can you teach me? Can you teach me how to hand dance? I got to know. I got to know. I want to know how to do it. I like the way you move. I like the way you move. I like the way you groove. I like the way you groove. I like the way you spin. I like the way you spin around. And you do it again. And again. Do it again. I like the way you move. I like the way you groove. I like the way you groove. I like the way you spin. And you do it again. Do it again. I got a hand dance. Hand dance.
Yeah, that's Hand Dance from my man LaRon Young. I actually also have some original music from a brother by the name of Mark Williams. I'm going to cue some of that up toward the end as we get ready for the Hakita Success Scholar Show. Coach Tanya, you know, we always do this whenever you've been away for a week or so. Whenever I don't see you for like a 2-week span of time.
Yes.
We always do this. We do a measurement of whether you think I've gotten bigger, smaller, or about the same. And whatever you tell me is sufficient. Either way, it's motivation. So what'd you say?
About the same, but it was a picture that I saw of you, and I don't remember which picture it was recently. And I was like, hey, I can really see the difference.
Yeah. So you saw the difference then, now it looks the same as the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
Awesome. Frankie, you're not allowed to look at me.
Why not? What?
So you can't.
He
so
can't give his opinion.
Yeah, you can't give it because you might take your drawers off.
You might start rapping for him.
Yeah, start rapping. All right, so look, those out there, I'm gonna leave the mics on, so you feel free to laugh, joke, comment as you go.
Okay.
But Coach Tanya, all I can say to you is you are not going to believe what you're about to see.
Okay.
Because Greg was off the hook.
Oh my goodness,
Really?
Man, he had me at my chair dancing all
Ain't
up and down
nothing
the
in the
aisle,
world
man.
like that joke.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Ladies
yeah,
and
when I
gentlemen.
first saw him play, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do not attempt to adjust your rate.
So we had to play my theme song.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing wrong. Coming to you directly from the mothership. Chocolate coated fruit, get happy morning. Yeah. WEFENK,
Got it.
better known as We From, or deeper still, the mothership connection. Home of the extraterrestrial runners.
Oh, yeah.
Life is grooving in 3D. So good, it feels good to me. I'm gonna count you in. You know the words. And I said, make my funk to be funked up. I want to get funked up. Make my funk to be funked. I want to get funked up. I want to rhyme. I want to be funked. I want my funk uncut. Make my funk to be funked. Before I get it home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't easy funks, defects and shortcomings. I want you to lay your hand on the radio. Funk not only moves, funk reboot. Once upon a time called Right Now.
Right now.
Somebody said the funk out to death. I said 7 Up.
Aha.
Son, it was so
That's
sexy.
when you said so
Oh.
on the berg of Indian Head, Maryland.
Next time I'm gonna take the camera in the back so I can get some of the back in the audience. Here we go. You know, it's funny, man. He hits those notes just like the albums. And the band was so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
they were so cooperative, man. I know we were wearing them out, but they was, you know, like somebody said, man, they were so professional. You know, they didn't make a scene out of themselves. You know, when we went to the breaks, we actually had a chance to go around and, you know, put the mic in their faces and make a joke, you know, and yeah, it was real cool. And then the sound was from DJ Rick, who works with Heartbeat on Tuesday night.
Okay.
So he brought the sound system in because Black Box doesn't have anything.
Okay.
You know, so that's his equipment, that's his sound equipment.
Oh yeah, I started playing with them in '78, and they released Aqua Boogie in '79. Yes.
Need Beat.
Knee was also on because Parliament did an album that year, Funk It Up did one also.
What history, man. Welcome. Let's get Roland Grimes Show live. I'm your host, Roland Grimes. To my extreme right, I have my good friend, dignified young man, standing tall.
Get out
Reggie
gotta find another location.
I mean, in the place, it didn't look like he was in the way. It was just the camera.
Trying to record you.
So Mark Wiggins walked in with this red.
I see all that chocolate in that red jacket.
It was
I went down your neighborhood one time and there was no metro.
No metro.
So that's the last time I'm ever coming.
There's a reason there's no metro.
But we also have and I hope you don't mind because I'm going to do it anyway, Bernard, to tell you I do stuff that I'm not supposed to do. Happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you, big bro.
So it was Mark's birthday?
Mark's birthday.
50 on May 17th.
Wow.
Right, so yeah, on the big reception book release party on May 17th at the Atlantis Studio in Sterling, Virginia.
Man, that's awesome. Folks, also, if you would, I know I'm asking you to do a lot of clapping. I ask you to forgive me only because these folks put so much into this production and things that we're doing all the way around that I want to make sure we give them proper acknowledgement. They're also going to clap for you a little later. But the sound was put together. I mean, we just wasn't sure how it was all going to come together, but I hope you like the way it sounds. And if you do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you to the man who's in charge of that, DJ Rick. And he's also available to bring your sound system in the events that you have.
Actually, we do that again. I got bringing a different kind of lighting, hot lights.
Hot lights, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
the light up the
surprised.
stage.
I was surprised that their lights weren't
Ladies and
very
gentlemen,
powerful.
this young man, his name is Bernard
For
Joseph.
it to be a theater, you
I
would
don't know
think
where
they
he
would have
was
more
born
lighting.
because ever since I remember he was there. He went to when he started junior high school, and that's when I first heard about him on the basketball court. He was the first cat I knew in the 8th grade dunking a basketball. So I had a chance to hook up with him in high school, and we had a chance to play together basketball and a whole lot of football. We recruited to 3 trips together. I found out he reminded me West Virginia, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State.
So I didn't talk about it, but two things about him, Frankie.
What's that?
Had a stellar career to start,
He and I
then
were
his Achilles heel popped
defensive
on.
ends on
And
the
that
same
was the
team.
beginning of the new Bernard
And we went down in
Joseph.
history as being
many years
Probably
in
two
law
of the
enforcement,
best
some of the coach
defensive end
London.
tandems in the history of high
He has,
school football
coached
in
in
the
Wow.
DC area.
program.
I don't think we gave up 2 touchdowns the whole season on the year.
What?
Oh, we were.
Vicious, apparently.
Oh man.
Right, and his
I mean,
brother's Vince that coaches in Georgia. He's now a football coach.
We used to look at each other and rate who's gonna get there
Who's
first.
gonna get there first?
Stephen St. Agnes, did I get that right? School of Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my good friend.
So, North Carolina State, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, a whole bunch of football.
Man, this is gonna be
Kicking
quick,
butt,
easy,
taking
And they
names.
were gonna put me at linebacker and put him at
Talking about
defensive end, same
somebody
side.
that I've had a chance to ride in the mothership with many, many times. There's a gentleman here by the name of Chris Allen who's coming a little later, and he nicknamed me Cramps.
Cramps?
Yeah. Would you have any idea why?
Went to high school on the cramps.
So it was October 17th, 19 something or another. I was breaking an 80-yarder against the Mather.
Game winner, by the way.
It was the game-winning touchdown.
You caught a cramp and you
Caught a
pulled
cramp on
up.
1 yard.
Oh, homie. Come
Caught
on.
a cramp and pulled up.
Forward, rolling, what happened? They didn't make it.
It was before I read your book. So I got a cramp in both hands at the 50.
Mark's telling me I should be successful to fall forward.
Right.
So I hadn't read your book yet. So.
I had to fall. I said, "Kid, go."
All by itself, by the way.
I sorry. We lost the game. So we also had another chance because our defensive back intercepted the ball, DJ Rick, and he was one of the greatest shutdown corners in the history of football. Had 11 interceptions at the quarterback position, intercepted the ball and ran down to the 2-yard line just enough for me to fall in for a touchdown. But somebody decided to punch the quarterback, Eric Chapman, who plays for Virginia Tech, ended up being teammate, punch him in the mouth on the play.
It was football.
Called it, played it
The
back.
game was a little different.
So it was me and the ball football, so we got a penalty, and then we lost possession of the ball, so we had a 2-touchdown swing, both because of you and me. But in the end, we won the championship that year and kept it moving. Man, you're coaching now. I know, as I mentioned, Coach Leonard earlier, the game has changed, but more importantly, you're involved with education of youngsters, man. As you talk to some of us out here,
Good
man,
dude.
what are 2 or 3 of the things, man, that you emphasize with your students, your student athletes, your children now, in terms of them navigating in today's society?
Well, one of the things that I try to implement with my players, I call it the 3 C's of life. I work on their character, their conduct, and their commitment. We start with that. I want them to be aware of who they are when they're not with me, and they're not with their parents, they're not at school. Who are you as a young man? Their character, that's what that is. The conduct, how they conduct themselves, and then their commitment to God first, to football, and to their school. And I think I talk to them often about their next 40 years.
This was deep.
You'll hear a lot of coaches saying, well, for the next 4 years, you're going to do this, and that. I talk to them about 40 years. Where do you want to be 40 years from now? What do you want to do for your family 40 years from now? And then that's the starting point.
Wow.
And
Good.
did you get that from someone else, or did you pretty much authenticate that yourself?
I kind of got that myself over when I was injured at Virginia Tech. It kind of changed my course.
I mean, that actually, I hate to say it, but did that officially end your career?
Yeah, from football. Yeah. So I had an Achilles tendon injury where my Achilles tendon snapped in half. And back in 1984 when it happened, that was a career ender for us. And so I was fortunate enough to have a coaching staff that saw something in me and allowed me
So
to
he was
stay
the heir
on
apparent to
and
Bruce
coach
Smith.
on the staff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bruce
And actually had real responsibility.
graduated,
Ended up being a
and
special
he was
team
supposed to take
coordinator.
Bruce's
As a
defensive
student,
end
that
position
doesn't happen too
at
often.
Virginia Tech. They gave him number 56, Lawrence Taylor's number.
Yeah, especially
wow.
You know,
in the
because
80s.
that was part of the expectation that he was going to be that kind of guy.
As
Great
Coach
athlete,
London was at
could jump
University of
very
Virginia, there's
fast,
a couple things you don't know about that. I think
and
he was one of
just
only 6
God had another plan for him.
African-American head coaches
Exactly.
At the level he was at. He was the first at the University of Virginia. And even today, there aren't too many, so guys
You hear
like
those
me
birds?
look up
Those
to
birds.
guys like Coach
They're
London.
birds in the attic, yeah.
I'm the
No.
first
They have
to
birds in
find-
You wouldn't like that too much.
No, I wouldn't have liked that at all.
But we never talked about it. I never said a word the
No.
whole time. I didn't want to
I
draw
started to
attention.
joke about that, but no.
I didn't want to draw
no,
attention
No, I
to
didn't
it.
want to draw attention. Let me not. Yeah, it sounded like they were having sex.
So with that,
No, really, they were.
this is awesome.
It
Lots
sound
of
like to me.
sex.
A lot of sex.
How do you get a 16-year-old, 17-year-old to go to 40 years? They got troubles with 2 years.
Right.
How we can get to 40 and looking at being that age?
You use a couple things. One, I like to use past players to have them come back and talk to them. I use examples of athletes that aren't doing so well right now. And I put that in front of them and say, okay, is this what you want for your life? I have them look at their own family. You know, your parents work hard for you to get, and especially my
You see how lit
my school's
Reggie
a
is from the
private
back? It
independent
would have been
school.
nice if that light would have just been on up.
A lot of times they make
yeah.
sacrifices for their
But like I
children.
said, you know,
And so,
First time,
what do you
so
want?
next
I'm
time you know
hosting,
what to
so it's
do.
hard for me to adjust, and Ron is doing. So we actually need more
More people to
more
help out.
crew. Yeah, somebody in charge of lights, somebody
So
in
for
charge
those
of
of
sound.
you who are
somebody-
tuning in now, all over the world, and also here at Black Box Theater, Mark, the Speedman Williams, has a concept of Bernard of get off the bench. And he talks about you
We
don't
might actually have to
need
put those lights,
a
places like that. We might
cosign
actually
for
have to
success.
put the lights on the
And I want
stage.
him to share some of those
Just
concepts
bracket us,
with you,
yeah.
because I think there's some things in there that you might find valuable. Tell us a little bit about Mark before we.
Yeah, the concept of getting off the bench is an athlete, former basketball player, and it's all about preparation.
And you also went down with an injury, correct?
I did. I tore my.
I'm sitting on
back
the
85
stage with two guys whose
lateral.
careers ended
It's-
with
it's all-
leg
injuries.
And I wanted to joke. It was killing me not to say, Slim, look at
And
it.
I blew this out. Anyway, I spent a lot of
I'm
time.
the only one on
doing
stage who
that.
didn't get broke up when I was playing.
How do I get back to it?
But I let it go.
Let that go. I'm glad you
How do
did, man.
Pressing when no one's around. And how do you get back to that level? So that mental toughness piece came out and getting off the bench. So it's all about preparation.
It's gotta be hard to hold that tablet the whole time for Reggie.
Yeah, he did a good job, though.
I couldn't do it. I'd be like, yo, forget this.
You go, and then we
It's
won't
hard not to
move
hold his phone up.
until someone signs on. Roland would not be here if he was waiting for everybody he knew to say, let's do this. Because he talked about this dream, I don't know, only 3-4 years ago when I met him. And I thought it was crazy. So, yeah, that sounds good, Roland.
So I'm glad you told me that now.
Because
Oh man, that's a great idea.
And
Yeah,
not 3 or
yeah.
4
But
years
deep down, he
ago.
was like, "You crazy, man." I wish. I'm glad he didn't tell me back then, because he wouldn't have made the trip.
Nope.
He wouldn't be on the team right now.
You know, mindsets and trying to be successful and push and want someone to pat him on the back. Success is its own reward, right? And you've got to teach young players to keep going after what they want, because you will walk alone. As an athlete, you're going to walk alone. And I know that's part of your 3 C's, and I'm glad to hear. I love when I hear coaches talk about that.
You know, so
hear a
some
lot
of
about wins
the
and losses.
impetus behind, you know, even bringing Bernard on is because he represents a variety of institutions and industries. I knew, you know, he was an athlete, but he also was a law enforcement officer, retired from the PG County Police Department, I believe.
Okay.
And then of course now he's an educator and a coach. And it's amazing, you know, to see how we transform from these different places after ball, because when you're playing ball, especially Division I football level, and I think they talked about it later, it takes you a while to develop another identity. I think Darryl Prue talked about that when he was talking, like, you know, when you finish playing, you know, it takes you a while
Now
to figure
what?
out.
You have to figure out what to do next.
And it takes you a long time for other people to identify you as something other than an athlete, and for you to identify yourself as something other than. And so I was watching and listening to Bernard, and then later on when my other classmate, J.D. Galladay, Pastor Galladay, came on, and he said he was proud of the fact that we finished school. I always took that for granted. And maybe I shouldn't, but I always took for granted that once I finished high school, that I was going to finish college.
Yeah, not everybody does that.
Exactly.
You know, not everybody has that mental capacity to do that, to continue on and to know what they want to do when they get to that next level. You know, you have some kids that know, okay, from straight out the box, this is what I want to be when I grow up. But if you ask a lot of kids nowadays, they don't know what they want to be. You know, I've asked my son, and it's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. My older son, he knew from the beginning that he wanted to do physical therapy and things of that nature. But the funny thing is, he just did a post today that he wished he would have known that he wanted to be a teacher prior to going to college. Because now he has his degree, he has his bachelor's in physical therapy, But now he's going back for his master's in teaching because he started teaching, and that's his love now. So he wished he had known that when he started college, because he could already be that teacher.
Exactly.
You know,
and he would have already done that. So if you don't know what you want to be, and you know, things change over time.
And I have another slant to that you need to share with him. I've never met anybody who did teaching who didn't fall in love with teaching. They may not have liked where they did it. They may not have liked some of the other politics involved. But I never met anybody that once they went in that direction, that they said, man, because it's something about, especially teaching youngsters, but even adult learners, but it's something about teaching youngsters, and that light comes on, and they start to do.
They're like sponges.
They do the things that you espouse. That's very fulfilling when you go to bed at night, and you see yourself guiding us as youngsters through this maze. So that's that's not unnatural. The other thing is that nowadays, they say that people now doing 3, 4, 5 careers in their lifetime.
Exactly.
Right.
Because the days of working for, working on a railroad for 50 years is over, huh?
Yep. Exactly.
Just like you doing 17 different TV shows.
Actually, when I was a kid, I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wanted to be a pimp. Right. But there was no school for that, so.
There was a school for it, baby. Your mama just let you go.
But anyway,
I wanted to go to pimp school.
Exactly.
So and it's funny because again, when someone approached me 2 decades ago and told me I needed to get into the radio business, I just no.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
And look at you now.
Look at me now. And now, not only am I in the radio business, I'm actually creating the business. It wasn't like I went and worked for somebody that already had.
Right.
True.
I created I was part of the creation of the Roland Grimes show right from air and dust and ashes, and then this Eli Media thing, and then wait till you all see what's coming next. Tanya, I know. I know, I'm listening.
I didn't say anything.
I'm listening.
I didn't say anything.
You know I'm cooking up stuff, though, right?
You're always cooking up stuff.
Am I always?
All I need to know is what I tell you.
I know, in
what
advance.
I tell you.
Ahead of time.
I need to know in advance. I can't know an hour before.
And I'm very bad at that.
Yes, you are. I need to get you on a schedule. My time, my stuff that I got going on.
I know what you need to do.
I need to get you on a schedule.
I know what you need to do.
You need to get inside my head.
Exactly.
You need to just carve out a piece of my brain and just
and
stay
like,
your
okay,
ass in
this
there.
is what you get right.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Good night, good morning, hello, goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Stay in my brain, because the moment you disconnect and you talk to me again,
all over the place.
Exactly.
It's like, golly, what
I
did
be
that
like,
do?
what is he doing?
I know.
Wait a minute.
I mean, and all of it ain't me. Some of it is just a gravitational pull. It just so happens, man. I mean, you're going to look up what I'm...
Sometimes I'm going to have to reel you in.
I know.
I got to reel you back
But I
in.
do allow you to, right? Okay.
Even if you didn't, I was going to.
My ex-wife gave me that little look. It's hard to bring your big ass over here.
No, but I got to reel you back in and get you back on track sometime.
All right. So the question I have then, Coach Tanya, is do I really have a track? See? Am I still just figuring out what the track's going to be?
You have a track.
Okay.
You just get derailed.
Okay.
Oh.
On occasion.
On occasion.
Yeah, on occasion. He get derailed. He get distracted. That light come on.
Shiny things.
Yeah. that light come on and
All right.
it's like red light, green light.
Yes,
go this way.
Frank, red light, green light. You and Alan Greenstein are supposed to be on my side.
Oh, yo, Alan, you there, homie?
Alan, tell Frank to stay on my side of this diaspora.
Yeah, Alan, my only one and only fan. Thank you, Alvin, being my one and only fan, buddy. I love you, man. You know that.
Yes, Coach Tony tells about my ACD.
I'm trying to look
Is it
out
ACD
for my
or
brother.
DC,
OCD.
ACDH? No, OCD. What? The attention
Oh, your
span thing.
ADHD.
My ADHD.
Okay. I'm just trying to look out for my brother.
And I know
Make
y'all.
sure you don't get too overwhelmed.
I know y'all.
with
Like,
everything you got going on.
Yeah, like I just got a call to cover something in South Carolina, and then I got a call last week to cover something in Syracuse.
Yeah.
And I actually was like, well, unless I have these conditions, then I can't do it. Because what ends up happening is once you do things, then you got to recover from what you did. So then that wipes you off for the next thing. So
In the South Carolina one, you're going to need to recover.
oh,
Trust and believe.
oh, okay,
Been
so-
there. It's been a long time since I've been there.
now
I
I'm
might
getting-
be going back.
Now I'm getting excited.
Working on going back. But yeah, you're going to need to recover
Come on
depending
back,
on
come
what you
come
doing
on.
down in South Carolina at that time.
Come on down there with me. So here we go. Here's a little bit more for you. Okay, I think I got it,
You think you got it?
but I think I missed it. All right, let's see. Folks, sit tight. Oh, I went back to the beginning. You weren't supposed to do that, bub. Yeah.
But one of the things that always happens with athletes, we have to manage our egos. We have to manage
It's hard to manage our
relationships,
egos,
et cetera. And you and I have had many talks over the
Because
years
as an athlete,
about
you're
how to
trained
become
to, I'm the best.
more than an
You
athlete.
better be.
And also in terms of being a Christian, involved with our families, et cetera. So I want to dedicate this book to you. This is written by
That felt
a
real
young
good
man
to do
who's
that.
affectionately known as Dr. Z, who also has a show with us every Wednesday evening from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on E-Life Media. And I've read 2 pages of this, and it turned my frown upside down. And not only that, it also helped lighten my burden. I want to share this with you because during those moments of adversity, et cetera, there'll be some notes from here that you can share with family and friends. And I want to make sure you get a chance to shake hands with Dr. Z when you leave. This is called 25 Days to Living Your Happiness. And it has an entire program designed to help us understand how to manage our thoughts, feelings, and processes to enjoy even the difficult times in our life, man. So it's a gift from me to you, brother.
25 days to enjoy your happiness.
25 days.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, a lot of this has some depth to it. So Bernard, Coach London, and some of the other folks are going to be inviting you back in some form or another where we can get a little more time with you. But today, we want to make sure that we give everyone an opportunity to join us on stage for a little bit. I want to thank you once again, big fella, for coming to see me, man.
And
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
You know when you go and you know what's coming right this time. Watch my head. Watch my
He
head.
must have said something.
Parliament thing. See, back when we were in high school, I was in the Golden Museum. Did some Parliament. This guy, he thought he was in the band. I just want you to know, he thought he was in the band.
I gathered that.
And Gray's like, I gathered that. I'm like, what?
She's watching, and my lovely wife. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Mother's Day.
Awesome. God bless you, folks. Get ready for
There's some
on the
sexy.
stage.
Can I say that on there?
You're online.
Come on, man.
There was some sexies in there. I can say that.
You can say it.
Yeah, it was some sexy
There's
women in
nothing
there.
wrong with being a sexy mother.
And then
There were some
we
sexy
gotta roll
women
into
in
the
that.
next one
It
because
was.
the
Yeah.
house
I wasn't
lady
allowed to
told
look
me
at
we
none
had
of
to
them,
close up sometime
but
before.
they just
Why
happened to
weren't you
walk by.
allowed to look?
You know, I'm on task.
I'm
on task.
Yeah, I'm spoken for.
All right, let me get Big Dark on Dark.
Ain't bad at all, is it?
That was the band? Oh, wow.
Oh, you thought it was a
I thought that was a DJ.
Nah, that's how tight it was. You thought it was the record, right?
Yeah.
many different highlights, and there's no way I'll be able to cover in this one session. So we're going to continue this on. Maybe into next week during our first 2 weeks, because I think, Frank, and
yes,
I may be wrong, but I think there's enough material in that we really can have a good time building on it.
Exactly.
I think before we depart, let's talk a little bit about your takeaway from it, Frank. When you talk to people about it and you started to reflect on it, what were some of the things that went through your mind and heart, the morning after?
Honestly, I felt, a little embarrassed because almost everyone on stage was an author except me. Okay. Everybody had written a book but me. I'm like, oh, God, I need to write a book. How I wanted to be a pimp. I'm thinking. But it was old pimp school. I guess because I went to, I don't know.
Whatever's wrong with you, it ain't no little.
But no, honestly, it was very unique. I have never been to an event like that where I actually was entertained, gained some really good knowledge about, very specific things to help me be a better person. And the music, as you can tell with Greg, was off the chain, man.
The music was
off the chain.
Jerome said the event was crazy.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a mixture of some music, then a guest, and my little stupid ass.
So someone said to me, dude, you just wrong. So somebody said to me earlier, Frank, you're going to be on camera for a minute because I got to reboot this.
Okay, cool.
But someone said to me earlier that I actually, that this genre, so to speak, that I was a part of this weekend really does not exist.
It doesn't. You just created something new.
You created something that
it's new, exactly.
Came out, yeah. But yeah, I mean, and it's going to take me a while for that to set in. I think I'm going to have to fast for like a week and then let that penetrate into my fiber. But to think that you possibly created something that never existed before, a genre of entertainment and information that never existed before, because what you said was really cool. It was like folks were like, I got entertained. I had a good time. I snapped my fingers.
And I learned something.
And I stomped my feet. And I enjoyed learning something.
Yeah, I learned something.
Everybody walked out of there and wanted to meet somebody, or talk to somebody, or network with somebody, or call me after, or call me the next day and said, "Hey, who was that person who was blah blah blah? I know somebody who needs to meet them and talk to them."
There's some serious networking going on, brother. Serious networking going on.
And we're talking about 50 people.
Yeah, serious networking going on, man.
Tanya, you have a thought?
That's good. That's what we need is an outlet for that. So, I mean, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because this is something I know you've worked on and that you've wanted to do ever since you brought me, to the show. You've talked about taking the show live. So I'm proud that you were able to do it.
Oh, and by the way, I got a couple of gigs out of that. Thank you. So,
good.
That's
good.
They were like, hey, I want to get him.
Can I get you? Like, yes. Yeah. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Jerome said you're good. Stay in your lane with who you are.
Oh, okay.
You ain't got to worry about writing no book. You good as good me.
Okay, I will not write no book.
Hey, Rome, I want him to get off track and write a book so Tanya can talk about him too. Not being on track. So she can reel him in. And she got real in. So I had a chance to, Haki is here and he's getting ready to do the Haki Success Scholar show. And I had a chance to do something. I had said to Haki a couple months ago, I had his book, and I said, man, I just need you to sign these. I said, I'm going to get these to at least 2 football coaches. One, Randy Etzel, who was at the time head football coach at Maryland, but now is the head football coach at Connecticut. And I said, probably somebody like the head football coach at Howard, but it was before I believe they had hired Mike London, and just spoke it. And I said, sign it. I said, because sometimes these coaches get this book and then they'll be inspired and they'll buy a bunch of them for their team or have you come back and speak or whatever. And it just, bam, there it was. So he had said something about part of their mantra at Howard football now is mission possible.
Instead of Mission Impossible.
Right, right. And the title of Haki's book is Mission Unstoppable.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, you will not. But I had the book in my hand.
Huh? I need one of them speaking gigs like brother.
What?
I do. Don't you start. So I had the book in my hand, And I'm getting ready to give it to him, and he just gave me that cue, and I was like, Lord, who could have invented this moment? So and his eyes are getting big as I'm giving it to him, and he's like, wow, man. Like, I kind of felt like, you know what? He's one of the first black coaches in the ACC, historical ACC. He was the first black coach at the University of Virginia, and at the time he was coaching, there were 125 or whatever Division I teams, and he was one of 6 black coaches in the entire country. So I'm thinking, wow, you know what? People just these guys haven't experienced the kind of thing that we just did.
Exactly.
You know, he was there, and I know he had to leave, and he didn't want to leave. You know,
because we're having a good time, man.
Yeah. So speaking of a good time, Coach Tanya.
Yeah.
You know, Frank, I cannot figure out what was the highlight of the night. There was a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
What was the highlight
This
for you?
I don't know if this was necessarily the highlight because I was glad to see the people, but this was something special. Check it out.
Am I scared?
No.
I really appreciate everything you done for Bobo.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Real talk.
Forgive me, I have two things going on at the same time. That's called a technical error. You all forgive me. Yeah.
Bear with
I need another set of hands.
But you know what? I
What's
do
up? Talk to me.
have something.
What's that?
I met a coach of, they're a professional basketball team in Charles County called the Beltway Bombers.
Oh.
Yes, and they actually won their championship this weekend at College of Southern Maryland. So I would like to bring him on the show one day so he can talk about, because I've never heard of it.
Me either. They need to change their name. Beltway Bombers. That does not go well in DC.
In
I'm just
DC.
thinking, no.
But I would like to bring him on the show to learn more about this professional basketball
So you
team
know what
that's
to
in
do?
the area.
You know what to do?
Oh, yes. But I just want to put it out there.
You want to throw it out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I caught it.
Okay.
So you do it.
All right.
And everything's gravy.
Yeah, because he was really sweet. He reached out to me. Their professional dance team wasn't available to dance for their championship, and he asked if my youth organization could do it. But I don't have a dance team. I don't have a dance team. I do cheerleading. So I told him, if in the future, you know, you needed to do anything, you can come out. So he invited our organization out to the game.
Okay.
Cool, fantastic.
Okay. So you know what? You just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
When you said he was real sweet and he reached out to you.
I've never met him.
Am I going to get stabbed?
I've never met him.
You're going to get stabbed? Oh, my God.
Everywhere I go with Coach Tanya, some dude is sitting in the cut waiting for me to sneeze and wants to stab me to get to her. And you should see these jokers, and I'm like, yo, could you please?
I don't even know any of
stop
them.
breathing. And she's oblivious to everything going on. And them jokers are in the corner huddling, talking about, if you take him out, I'll get her. And I'm like, Tanya, they're getting ready to take Tanya. What are you talking about? I'm like, them jokers are getting ready to run over me to get to you. So when you tell me he was sweet, I'm like, here we go.
No. I never met him in person. He reached out to me via email. I just became friends with him on Facebook to see about the organization.
Okay, so I'm gonna get shot then, huh? All right, so bring him on the show, and I'll bring Frankie's guy. He'll be
the protector.
All right, so look, we got 2 minutes. We gotta get my man started, but the cameras are all up. But I'm just gonna show you a little bit of this. If it comes up right, and just let me know. So on the set is Heartbeat and Chris Allen. Heartbeat and Chris Allen both are strong in the go-go business. And Chris Allen is the manager for Belladonna and also percussionist for Chuck Brown.
This actually was a surprise guest for me, man. This brother standing to my left. Earlier I said Bernard was the first man.
That was when JD was up. We'll pass over him because I'll come back to him another time when I got a better angle. But I want
Reggie ain't in the way.
a speaker or something. Oh, okay. So that's when it went right. Wow. Okay. So look, I'm going to see if I can give you.
so many wonderful people in that arena.
There was something about this conversation I wanted you to hear.
You had just recently, maybe that get changed over from.
And it's actually come to fruition. So you don't give it up for them.
Birds are strong.
How many of you have heard of a female go-go group called Belladonna?
Yes, I love Belladonna.
What's your relationship with them, man?
I am the assistant manager for Belladonna. I do the stage coordination and marketing.
All right.
How many of you have heard of a go-go band called Trouble Funk? Sir Chris?
I'm the lead percussionist for Trouble Funk.
And he nicknamed me Cramps. Yeah. Were you there that day?
I was at the game that day.
Go Bubba, go Bubba!
Bernard can attest this. He probably didn't remember me because I was a very little kid at the time. But I started on the 5-yard line.
I don't want to hear the story.
What's his name?
Greg Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. So Steve Smith and Bubba had this competition on their last play football. They were both very good at football. And you had just
All right, so you got a call coming in?
that get changed over from defense.
All right, hold on one second.
So you had 200.
All right, folks. So we want to get the key up because one good thing about him is he's on time and his people call on time.
Exactly.
So,
Sorry for going over her key.
love you guys, and as we bring Key on, I'll bring him on to this piece because these two guys, during the show, they went into Chuck Brown's Go-Go Swing, and Chris and Heartbeat both got on the percussions and played.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
That was nice,
I
man.
know that was
And
hot.
it was
nice.
impromptu, and it was hot. And this is what it
I
looks
bet
like
it
as
was.
we get ready for Hakeem's show. We'll go out this way.
I believe it's the Renaissance Man, and I believe it's my man Frankie J as we get ready to wrap up with the ladies thereafter. Fellas, thank you once again. Greg, you got 60 seconds to shut.
Ain't got to lose weight.